This week on Colorado's Best Dining Show, we are at Opus Restaurant with executive chef Sean McGahee. He will be preparing white cheddar agnolotti. Opus Restaurant bring a new dimension of dining to Cherry Creek North. The cuisine is French-inspired, American ingenuity, combined with old-world charm and award-winning service. Make your reservations today and let your taste buds sing.
Hi, this is Tom Bianca, host of Colorado's Best Dining Show. I'm standing next to Sean McGahee of Opus Restaurant. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you serve all sorts of food, right? What would best describe your cuisine here?
French-inspired, definitely. And then past that, we bill ourselves as innovative and seasonal.
And how many people can you sit in the dining room area?
Dining room area we keep it pretty tight and it's nice and cozy. Roughly 50 to 60.
Okay. And how is the prices and what kind of menus is it here?
So we offer a kitchen tasting menu, vegetable tasting menu, and regular a la carte. So you kind of have your choices.
And we're at 250 Josephine Street here in Cherry Creek.
Correct.
Nice prime location, right?
Yep.
How long has the restaurant been around?
The restaurant's been around for going on 12 years. We've moved to this location just over a year ago. So we're just settling in, kind of getting people back. You know, we're starting to see our old regular customers. Right. It's starting to work out for us.
And you got a good wine selection too.
Yeah, we're working on it.
So we're going to prepare a dish today. What are we looking at for today?
I'm going to make white cheddar agnolotti with onion broth. So this is a fully vegetarian dish. It came about just from making it for a vegetarian customer. Not vegan, but definitely vegetarian.
And you prepare that pasta from scratch then?
Yeah. Pasta, in the pasta dough is a good amount of egg yolks, maybe 25 egg yolks.
Right.
A couple whole eggs, a splash of milk, and then flour. Use a nice high gluten flour.
Right.
And that's roughly 3/4 of a pound, but that all depends on the day.
How much does it make after? I mean, I guess that all depends on how much you have to make, right?
Yeah. We scale it to whatever we have coming up for business.
Yes.
So I'm just rolling the pasta through. Our pasta machine is numbered from about 0 to 10 here. And I'm going to take it, I started at 10. I kneaded it a few times. You saw me fold it once. I'm going to take it from 10 all the way to about, 0.9. Which there's not a 0.9 button on there, but you get what I'm saying.
And we were talking about this earlier on the color variations of pasta that you could put into it now.
Yeah, so it all depends on the dish you're making. Maybe it's red, white, and green for something super Italian. That's a pretty old school thing to do.
Right.
But as far as color goes, beets make red, spinach makes green, saffron makes yellow, squid ink makes black. If it was just a water and egg or water and flour dough, then it would be a lot whiter than this. This is really rich with egg yolks, so it's a little bit yellow from the yolks. So I have my pasta sheet here, and then I'm just going to pipe out some filling.
And what kind of filling is that?
This is white cheddar, very similar to like a mac and cheese filling. We use Irish cheddar, cream, and actually a little cream cheese just to smooth it out and emulsify it.
And how long does that take to prepare?
Depends how much you're making.
Right.
If you're making just a little batch, like for this amount here, it would take, I would say, 5-6 minutes.
Right.
But if you're making a lot, then it takes a lot longer to get the cheese in there. So I piped out some lines.
Not too long for.
Nah. This is a pretty simple dish.
Yeah.
It all comes together as we're sitting here talking. We'll have it made before you know it. So I piped out these lines of filling, divided my pasta into 3, leaving a 1/4 inch on each side.
Right.
Just to give myself a lip for the pasta to glue to itself. No egg wash or anything on here. Sometimes making raviolis, you'll stick the pasta together with egg.
And you could be creative with that. you could put all sorts of fillings into it.
Oh yeah, definitely. We use the seasons as our inspiration. So springtime, maybe spring peas, something like that. Once you get into fall or winter, you can use butternut squash or chestnuts or anything wintry.
Right.
Let the seasons dictate what you want to eat. Once it gets cold, you like to eat a lot heavier. When it's warm, everybody likes a lot lighter dish.
And cold weather will be here before you know it, right?
Yeah, soon enough.
And so you got that all...
Yeah, we got it all sealed off here.
Okay.
And we just kind of have 3 little snakes, is what I call them when I'm teaching the prep cooks. And then we're going to pinch and form our agnolottis. Little agnolotti. Agnolotti is translated to little fat lamb in Italian. So when we get them all rolled, you'll see that they're nice and like puffy. So
you put a nice little touch on it. How long have you been cooking now?
Been cooking for about 12 years, something like that. Fine dining. The first couple weren't necessarily fine dining, whether it was greasy spoon diners or country clubs. Kind of working my way up to fine dining. But the past 10 years have definitely been making things nice for me.
Right.
So I have the shape all. I have them all shaped out. I'm going to trim off all but a small lip. Once again, about 1/4 inch.
And you did that fairly quick. You're an expert at this kind of stuff now, Sean.
Yeah. Well, we have to make our pastas every day, so it's myself or my sous chef or possibly a line cook or something that makes them every day. So you get good at something when you do it every day. So we have it all trimmed off here. I will just unstick them a little bit.
Right. Who's the owner of Opus?
What's that?
Who's the owner of the restaurant?
I'm part owner here.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm just stepping up to be a business partner.
Great.
So
you got your hands full with being a chef and part owner now.
Well, exactly.
Right, so you're just cutting them up into little slices now, right?
Yep. As we're cutting them, what will happen is we cut it, and then both sides actually seal, so you get that nice little lip that'll catch the sauce.
Gotcha.
So, and it looks like I might be hurrying through this, but actually when you're portioning them out and cutting them like this, you need to go fast. The pasta will dry out and won't stick back to itself, so you won't get the proper shape.
Gotcha.
So I'm not just flying through here to be impressive.
Yeah, if you go any quicker, you make a mistake, you're going to damage your fingers there, Sean.
We keep a dull pasta wheel just for that occasion.
Who would think you could get injured in cooking, right?
I would say that's definitely a thing.
Yeah.
Burns, cuts, scrapes. I've known cooks that have even like torn their ACL on the line.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just because in the heat of the moment, you'll do anything just to get that one last steak out.
Gotcha. All right, so that's all cut up, and what's next?
Pretty much ready to serve. We'll take them up front, cook them in some boiling salted water, but these can store in the fridge for about a day. If you want to hold them for longer than that, you can put them in the freezer, no problem. They'll hold for about a week.
Right.
Past that, they get a little dried out in the freezer, but like I said, a week is pretty good. Store them on a sheet pan like this, plenty of semolina, and they're good to go.
All right, let's go ahead and do the next thing.
Perfect. So we've rolled our agnolotti. You can see we have the nice lip that'll carry the sauce kind of through there.
Right.
The portion that we do here is roughly 10 or 11. Like I said, not a ton.
You see they're perfectly bite-sized.
Exactly. They'll fit in a spoon.
Right.
Into boiling salted water, as always. As we stated before, roughly 3-4 minutes. So we have our broth here. This is made with charred onions. We caramelize one side of the onions really hard. And this whole dish is vegetarian. That was the goal when I was making it.
Right.
So we have charred onions. That's a decently strong flavor. We cook it with a little bit of truffle oil, and we'll finish with a little truffle oil as well as a secret ingredient, which is not a secret anymore, I guess, but is a miso paste. So used in a completely un-Asian way, but it just adds that richness and fullness that you would get typically from a meat broth, that sort of thing, but once again, totally vegetarian.
So how long do you let it simmer there?
We just put it on by the time this is finished cooking, we'll finish cooking these in the broth. So, like you said, it's all like a 3-minute pickup here.
Right.
So, as well in there, we have, I would say maybe a minute and a half left on the pasta. We're going to put a mix of, we call it cold herbs here at the restaurant, but herbs fine is another word for it. It's parsley, tarragon, chive. So we put that in there, and basically the important thing is that we'll take our pasta from here and we'll finish cooking them in the broth. So the broth has to be at least a simmer by the time we transfer it.
Okay.
That'll impart the flavor of the broth directly into the pasta. So we'll transfer this into our broth. So our pasta there, and then we'll let that finish cooking, maybe 1 more minute. You'll start to see the pasta soften up just that little bit, and then we'll know it's ready. So we're ready to plate here as that's finishing.
So the total cook time of this, Sean, from start to beginning?
Total cook time? 10 minutes tops, I would say.
Okay.
We'll taste our broth, make sure everything's good. And I think we're right on point there. Sometimes it can get a little salty with the miso, so we might have to add a little vegetable stock, just the pasta water, whatever we might have to add. But we're pretty much right on there. Time to plate. Super simple. Basically just pile them up in the middle. And this pasta is definitely worth serving with a spoon, since it is brothy.
You can really smell that broth.
Yeah. So we'll finish. Touch of truffle oil. Some dried vegetable chips. This is fennel, which we just slice this, put it in a very low oven with a little bit of seasoning. This just adds a little textural contrast.
Who'd think pasta would look so good?
Italians would.
And I'm Italian.
So we have squash chips, fennel chips, and I'll finish with a little mustard green. So we have a little spicy, a little rich, and that's that.
Wow, that looks terrific, Sean. How do they book a reservation here? And they want to book a private party or reception? Do you host those kind of events?
We'll gladly cater to anything, whatever it might be. We don't have to make some arrangements, whatever, but feel free to call us. Our phone number is 303-355-5853, and all our contact information is available on the website, opusdine.com.
Great, I appreciate it. I look forward to diving into that dish.
Oh, there you go.
Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.